John Bonham, the man who shook the earth. He was not just a drummer, he was the very foundation of the heaviest band in the world. He played with a force and precision that seemed impossible, and in doing so, he changed the rhythm of rock and roll forever. His life was a whirlwind of excess and genius, and his death left a silence that could never be filled. This is the story of John Bonham, the man who shook the earth.
If this video makes you want to go find an empty room and hit something, give it a like. And if you want to follow more stories of musical genius and drama, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're at 1,182 subscribers now, and your support means the world. Go on, ring that bell.
Born in Redditch, Worcestershire, John Henry Bonham was a boy obsessed with drums. He would spend hours in his youth practicing, not on a proper kit, but on pots and pans, a coffee tin, and any surface that could make a sound. He was largely self-taught, absorbing lessons from the jazz greats like Gene Krupa and Buddy Rich, but he channeled that inspiration through his own raw rock and roll sensibilities. By the time he was a teenager, he was already earning a reputation as one of the most powerful drummers in the region, playing with a force that was unheard of. When Jimmy Page was looking for a drummer for his new band, he wanted someone who could do more than just keep time. He needed someone with an immense feel and power, a musician who could create a massive sound. When he saw Bonham play, he knew he had found his man. And once he was in Led Zeppelin, Bonham became the engine. His thunderous and explosive sound was the perfect counterpoint to Jimmy Page's guitar, Robert Plant's vocals, and John Paul Jones's bass. What set him apart was his singular triplet feel. While other drummers used two bass drums to create a massive sound, Bonham was able to use a single bass drum pedal to play these incredibly fast and powerful triplets, which gave his drumming a rolling, thunderous groove. You can hear this distinct feel on the very beginning of the song Good Times, Bad Times. This unique sound, combined with his perfect timing and immense power, made him the ultimate rock drummer. As Led Zeppelin's fame grew to mythical proportions, so did the wild rock and roll lifestyle. For John Bonham, this meant a heavy struggle with alcoholism. Despite his immense talent and his love for his family, he often found himself lost in the excesses of life on the road. The pressures of being in the world's biggest band and the constant touring took a heavy toll on his physical and mental health. His struggles were a known part of his life, and his friends and bandmates watched on with concern. On September 25, 1980, after a day of heavy drinking, John Bonham passed away tragically. He was only 32 years old. His death was ruled an accident, and the world was left to mourn the loss of a talent that had seemed limitless. The other members of Led Zeppelin were so devastated by his passing that they made the unprecedented decision to break up the band. They believed, correctly, that the magical Led Zeppelin could not exist without their drummer, their Bonzo. John Bonham's legacy did not end with his life. His sound became the foundation for hard rock and heavy metal, influencing generations of musicians. Legendary drummers like Neil Peart of Rush, Roger Taylor of Queen, and Dave Grohl of Nirvana and the Foo Fighters all credit him as a major influence, saying they learned to play by listening to his records. His groove, his power, and his unique feel have been endlessly studied, imitated, and revered. His style was so timeless that it continues to be the blueprint for rhythm in rock music. Today, John Bonham is remembered not just as the greatest drummer of all time, but as a man whose passion for music was immense and whose heart was always with his family. He may have lived a short life, but his beat will continue to echo through the history of music forever.
John Bonham was a force of nature, a man who gave everything to his music. And in the end, he left us with a beat that will never die. His ashes were interred in the churchyard of St Michael and All Angels in Rushock, Worcestershire, where fans from all over the world still visit to this day, paying tribute to the man who gave rock its groove.